Wonderhussy here. Sorry about the light. It's kind of challenging right now, but it's getting down towards sunset, and I'm standing on top of a sort of a bluff or a mesa, looking out over Death Valley. And more specifically, I'm looking down at Ryan Camp. It's an old historic mining company town. I actually just did a tour of Ryan. You can do tours there. It's privately owned, so you can't just walk in and check it out on your own. But if you go onto the Death Valley Conservancy website, they offer tours, I think a couple times a year. And it's just a suggested donation of $25. So my friend Larry, Eminence FrontX5, and I just did the tour of Ryan, and it was amazing. I'll try to show you what it looks like from above here with my crummy digital zoom. It's a pretty big mining camp back in its day. Like, I think 300 people lived there. It was a company town though. So this borax company owned it, and it was actually pretty nice. I think it operated from, oh God, I just took the tour and I already forgot, like 1915-ish, all the way up through the 20s. And then after that, they turned it into a really cool hotel for the tourists who came to Death Valley. Because imagine staying there in a hotel room, you would have this amazing view out your window. It's so cool. Anyway, the reason I'm shooting from way up here on top of this hill, kind of spying on the town, is they don't want you to take photos or video on the tour itself. Or you're allowed to take photos, they just don't really want you to post them anywhere, because I guess they have problems with people trying to sneak in and explore the mine, which there's actually a family who lives there, okay? It's a husband and wife and their 3 little kids that live there, and they're restoring it. They're really painstakingly restoring it to period authenticity. I think from the period when the hotel was open. Like, everything down to the electrical wiring is authentic. These people are doing an amazing job of restoration. But because of that, I guess there's some people who are salty about it, and they feel like, you know, because you have to book a tour to go see it. I don't know, people get angry. So they asked us not to post any pictures or video online. So I'm just gonna show you what it looks like from up here. And I wanted to see this viewpoint anyways, because it's so beautiful right now. And what's more, my friend just told me there's also supposed to be a plane crash up here. So I'm gonna see if I can go find that. Whew! It's super windy, so if the audio sucks, I'm sorry, but my friend and I just drove all the way across this really rugged remote range because we saw a little glint of metal off in the distance. And stupidly, I didn't have my good binoculars with me. I had this little cheesy pair, but we looked through those and it looked promising. So we drove as close as we could get. Couldn't drive any farther, the road just disappeared. So we had to get out on foot, and we only had 45 minutes left of daylight. The sun's really going down fast. But neither one of us likes to give up. And perseverance paid off, because look, we found the plane crash. Okay, this is like the saddest story ever, according to what Larry said he read online. Supposedly, this little 2-seater Piper Comanche plane went down just a few days before Christmas, while the pilot was trying to deliver a Christmas tree to a family in Furnace Creek, which is like the main settlement in Death Valley National Park. I guess the weather was bad and visibility was poor, and something went horribly wrong. Just a few days before Christmas, with a Christmas tree as your cargo, can you imagine? That's just the saddest story I've ever heard. Or one of them. Wow. And Larry is being very helpful because he's mechanically inclined, and he's pointing out what all these different parts are. I don't even know. All I know is, I mean, look at the hinge on this flap. The hinge still works great. And then look down here. What's this? I mean, these pieces are all just laying here. So remote.
It's a visor.
That's a that's a visor.
It's a sun visor.
The sun visor. Oh no! Look at that.
Probably was using that at some point.
Yeah. Oh no. And then, oh, look, you said this was the battery. Look, here's the battery.
Battery, yeah.
Oh wow. Wow, yikes. There's just something so creepy and tragic about looking at plane crash wreckage. Look at this. Marvel Sheeler aircraft. Oh, wow. So sad. And then if you look at the desert all around us, there's little bits of detritus just strewn everywhere. You know, this thing really busted up into pieces. Wow, look at this.
Tricky to know that those are the seats.
Oh yeah, the seats.
One of which he was sitting in.
Yeah, this was the last place that poor guy sat. I mean, I wish I had had time to do more research into this before I came up here so I knew the guy's name and more information about this Christmas tree story. But this was actually, believe it or not, this was a totally last minute add-on to our trip. We went to Ryan Ghost Town. That was kind of the point of the day. And then this was kind of like, oh, well, I think there might be a plane crash up there if you want to go look for it. Sort of an afterthought. Okay, we'll look at that in a sec, but look here. Landing gear. Oh my gosh. Look what happened to it. Look at the metal. It's like, it's all melted from the heat of the explosion, I guess. And then over here.
Here's the front wheel. Oh no, this is one of the other wheels.
Oh, another wheel?
Wheel here. It's a landing
Oh yeah, look at that.
Hub's broken
Oh
off.
wow, wait, look at that.
This is the shock absorber at the top.
Oh yeah. And then this is the engine. Holy
Yeah, that's the
crike,
engine.
look at that. What do you suppose this was? It's like an old aerosol can. Wow, look at this. Okay, here's something that'll really blow your mind. Look at that. You can see the metal got all melted in the fiery inferno of the crash. Terrible. Whew. Looking at this makes you afraid to ever fly again. But it's not going to stop me. Supposedly flying is much safer than driving. And Lord knows I do plenty of driving. Wow, I mean, I could poke through this twisted wreckage all day long, but it's getting dark. And there's also one other thing I wanted to go check out. So I'm gonna do one more pan over all this wreckage. Hopefully you can hear me in this wind. I'm using my windscreen, but it's really windy today. Just terrible.
Oh my god.
What?
I found part of the ear.
Oh my God, what did you find?
I think this is the part of the headset.
Oh golly, no, yikes. Part of it's,
Part of the headset.
oh wow, no, that's terrible, it is.
There's a little speaker right there. The phone's
Oh
all
man, I
melted.
wonder what his last transmission was. Probably Mayday, Mayday.
More like, oh shit. Oops.
Larry, this is a family channel.
Oh, oops then.
No, it's terrible. I don't even want to joke about this poor guy. It's sad. Yeah, to that end, check this out. This desolate hillside was the final resting place of this poor pilot. And what's really haunting is, look at this. There's even a memorial to him, a little grave site. How about this? I guess his family put it up for him. Look what it says. Fly to live, live to fly. Wow, he loved to fly, I guess. And look here, it says December 23rd, 95. It was just a couple days before Christmas. Oh, how sad. That's terrible. Look, here's his name. Laverne K. DeBerg. Oh, man. Born October 10th, 1938. Died December 23rd, 1995. Wow, he probably really was bringing a Christmas tree to Furnace Creek. Holy cow. And then look, somebody, one of his loved ones or a visitor made this kind of little, I don't know what you would call that, art out of old wires. And then over here, I don't know if somebody placed that there or if it just kind of ended up there, a little piece of the plane. I mean, he probably did love flying, so in a way, this is like the perfect place for him to rest for eternity. And this beautiful cactus just happened to grow in almost like a little star shape right next to his grave. That's cool. I mean, as far as final resting places go, this really isn't that bad. All the things he loved. Okay, wow, what a haunting sight. Glad I found it and I could pay my respects to Laverne. I gotta give anybody who dies doing what they love massive props. You know, it's not like he died of a stroke on the treadmill or had a heart attack at work or in some miserable circumstance. He was flying a Christmas tree to Furnace Creek. He was on a hero's mission. And I guess that would have made him 57. He was young. That's the sad part. Only 57 years old, but at least he died doing what he loved. Okay, wow, that plane crash was so sad. Look, I don't know if you can even see my car way in the distance there. We had to hike that far. I mean, we drove a very rough road up as far as we could, and then we had to hike from there. But now there's another thing we want to check out before we leave. Still have a little bit of sunlight left. There's this like mysterious tower here. Okay, so it's kind of like a little shipping container looking thing, a mini shipping container with solar panels on the roof and some kind of like antenna, I guess. But my friend Larry just gave me a look like there's something really cool inside it. We were thinking there was like a doggy door or something on it. Look at this. Like, what is this? Oh, it's just hiding the lock.
Can't open it. Oh, wait, it's...
Oh.
Oh, this is locked.
Oh, we're not... It is open? No. That's locked. Oh, man, we can't get in. So close. What is in here, and why are they have it so tightly locked up? Way up here. Well, what's up with these? They're not locked. It wouldn't open?
Yeah, there seems to be a padlock on the inside.
Oh, man. I wonder what's in there.
It's found right there.
Alright, well, if it's locked, we don't want to... Darn it!
It's just hanging dead bodies, that's all.
Man, that's a bummer. I sure would like to know what's in this creepy little shack, but oh well. I guess it's cool to have some mysteries left in this world.
It fell down.
Oh yeah, there was another antenna up here and it fell. Look at that.
Oh, this is not even hooked up. Oh, it's totally abandoned.
Well, it's still locked up tighter than a you-know-what.
It is.
Oh man, well, it's okay. I'll leave it a mystery. And I'm just gonna come over here and show you one more thing. Before I end this video, here's a beautiful sunset panorama of beautiful Death Valley. I'm so excited now that it's October and the weather started to cool down. All of Death Valley's secrets await. I can get back out there and start exploring again. But as I'm exploring, I'll have to remember that they don't call it Death Valley for nothing. A lot of people have died out here, including the poor pilot that was just trying to bring a Christmas tree to Furnace Creek.